Hey, 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 how is your day? Mine is doing absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you for asking. So, just outside of Beaumont, California this morning, I get an alert on my phone. Google's telling me that if I want to save some time, I can head a different direction instead of going, straight down the course to Salinas. So I'm like, okay, let's save some time. Well, as usual, I'm taking through the back roads, out the countryside, and I did a lot of curse breaking out there. I saw things that probably we weren't supposed to see because they were out there in the middle of nowhere, like all the solar panels, probably thousands of them, out in the fields, where there's nothing else around. And of course the windmill turbines up on the hill. So I began to declare. I began to use my tongue for positive things, and I began to declare over the land, breaking curses, tearing down walls, and restoring sovereignty over the Death Valley, if you will. There were people out in the middle of the field in trailers, little modular homes. Some of them, were wealthy enough that they could put fences around their property. There is nothing green, absolutely nothing green out there. It was all like this. And but then there were vineyards out there too, and there were people were making use of the land, and of course there were fuel stations out there where you could get fuel. It took me a while to get to one of them, but I managed, and it was a Flying J. I am so blessed by the Flying J and the Pilot truck stops. I commend you. Yeah, you do a wonderful job helping the truckers, giving people who are traveling a place to stay for the night. I, for one, am truly grateful for that. And so, as I'm out there reclaiming the land and restoring sovereignty over the desert, what came to me was more about the word, about our tongue. I think that it needs to be stressed. It needs to be, not stressed, but I think it needs to be, I need to elaborate on it. And, of course, I was listening to Florence Scovel Shinn, and she's always an encouragement, but she sparked some things in me that I felt needed to be expressed here. And so, in the beginning, what comes to your mind when I say those three words? In the beginning. Sounds like the intro to a story, maybe the intro to a fairy tale movie, right? In the beginning. Now, synchronistically, beginning is number one. Synchronistic number one, which represents new beginnings, and the pioneering spirit of leadership and assertiveness. The pioneering spirit. Pioneering spirit. That in itself is amazing. Don't you think? The pioneering spirit. And I look down on my outside temperature is 100. Oh, 101. Which is 11. Which also is a master number representing visionary and new beginnings. In the beginning. In the beginning was. Not, in the beginning was. In the beginning was the Word. Now Paul says we are living epistles, which is the Word. Amen? And so, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, Aravat, and the Word was God, Aravat, or it might as well say is. And because He is the Word, and His kingdom is within me, I am the Word. I and He are one. Amen? See where I'm going with this? The Word, stepping into our kingdom identity, exercising our kingdom authority, which is our I amness. I amness. Now, Aravat spoke in Isaiah, to Isaiah, and he says, for the word I speak shall not return unto me void. Or the word you speak shall not return unto you void. It shall accomplish what you please. Yes, he was encouraging Isaiah. It will accomplish what you please and prosper. It will prosper in the thing whereto you send it. Other translations put it differently, but it's the same way. It will accomplish. So when you speak forth, I am abundant, I am healthy, I am divinely supported, I am divinely protected, I am a multimillionaire. Amen. The word that goes forth from your mouth, remember, our mouth, remember the tongue, shall not return unto you void. In other words, it will not come back empty. It will accomplish what you please. So there you are again. When you speak words of life and love and peace and prosperity, speak those things that be not as though they are, and it will prosper in the thing whereto you send it. It will prosper where you send it. It will prosper if you speak life and love overseas. It will prosper. It will not return unto you empty. It cannot, because the universe is listening. And because the universe is listening, it obeys the source, which is you, the source. You and Aravat are one. I and Aravat are one. Amen? So I encourage you to stop speaking curses over yourself, over your finances, over your family, over your loved ones, over your animals, over your atmosphere. Amen. And bless. And once you bless, and of course, you're going to use these affirmations. You're going to, whichever you choose to speak, when you write it down, you are speaking, and your conscious is seeing when you write it down. And yeah. And so Florence was talking about when she made her first million, she had already made it in her conscious. She had already made it within her. She had already seen herself walking and talking and behaving like a millionaire, which is what millionaires do, by the way. Philanthropists, that's what they do. They act as if knowing who they are. And she said she did it for 90 days, I think she said. She did it for 90 days, every day. She spoke that she is a multimillionaire. And she added other words to it. You can add words to it as well. Every morning, before she had her coffee, before she did anything, she spoke. Because the universe is always listening, the conscious is waiting to align. Your subconscious works while you're sleeping. Amen. In the beginning was the Word. You are the living Word. And the Word was God, is God, and the Word is with God, and the Word became flesh, which is what we are, flesh. Flesh housing the universe, housing the kingdom, housing the source of everything, housing the alignment of everything. New beginnings and the pioneering spirit. The pioneering spirit. Now, what is a pioneer? Isn't a pioneer like one who creates? One who visions? He envisions, and then he follows through with the vision. A pioneer. Pioneer to me, in my mind, would be, as growing up, would be like Little House on the Prairie, or one of those the Waltons, or pioneer, one that came forth and built something out of nothing, where there was nothing. And the pioneering spirit of leadership and assertiveness. Amen. So I saw oil fields out here. I saw vineyards out here. I saw, I saw some amazing things out here. And I spoke flourishing. I spoke life over this land, this desert land out here in California. Out here away from Sacramento, away from Bakersfield, away from the coast, where one would only see cities. I knew that this was what I was supposed to do today. On my way to Salinas to visit family, who I haven't seen since I lived in Sunnyvale in 80s. I got to see my grandmother before she graduated from her purpose. So think about that. What have you got to be grateful for? Speak it forth, for it will not return empty. The universe is listening, and it's waiting for your alignment, and is waiting to align with your declarations, your commands, your orders, if you will, as a sergeant in an army, knowing who you are, speaking orders into the atmosphere. Amen? I have lots to be grateful for. I've had a wonderful day. The day isn't over yet, and I'm enjoying the sunshine. I'm enjoying the bliss. This is Wednesday, I believe, and yeah. And there we go. Look at that. Mini vineyards. I'm excited to see family. Haven't seen them in, like I said, years. I'm excited to see family. I'm sure they're going to be curious about Dad, and I know that they're communicating with my little sister. Some of them are on Facebook, and so yeah, I have 2 wonderful kids. Keep my son in your thoughts and prayers. He's in Maui, and they're still talking about a tsunami. And I have a wonderful, beautiful daughter who's just in love with life and her new man, Jeff, and her children, and the one on the way. And so I am grateful, very grateful. So let me know in the comments what you think about the teaching. Remember, our container is our thoughts, and our tongue is the activator. And knowing that it will not return empty or void, but accomplish what you please and prosper in where you send it, that will make you aware of what you speak. Amen. Have a wonderful day, all y'all around the world, overseas. Just had a conversation with a good friend, pastor friend over in Africa, and yeah, and I think somebody's growing weed over here. How funny. Yeah, you overseas, in other countries, other time zones, have a wonderful day. I'll talk with you later. Ya shalom.